What we're doing here is we're asking a few questions.
That didn't work at all.
That didn't work at all.
What's the name of our channel?
What we're doing here is we're asking a few questions that we have personally written down. Some questions you guys might have wanted to know, or some that you might not have wanted to know.
But we'll let you know anyways.
Yep.
You can check them off once you...
I could, but I don't want to.
Okay, don't do it then.
Okay, I'll check that one off. All right, so these compound exercises that you're working on right now.
Currently, yeah.
So currently, Sarah is working on a few different set of compound exercises to help her pretty much gain core strength in certain muscle groups, which then will help her exercise better in the future.
So I'm doing pull-ups, push-ups, reverse lunges, and deadlifts.
Yes, so from this core set of exercises, what have you learned about yourself that you just didn't know before?
I would say the biggest thing I learned is where my like max is. Like all the other times when we've lifted weights, it's always been a guessing game. Like I guess I'll start with 10 pounds and see if that's easy or hard, but for whatever reason, with this group of exercises, I have hit my limits. I've gotten better at pinpointing when, well, for the push-ups, you were the one that had me switch. But, so with deadlifts, I started with 25, I think. 15? Maybe it was 15.
Yeah, it might have been 15 pounds on each side of the bar.
Yeah, and by the end, Nick asked if it was by the end of 10 reps, if I was still able to do more, and I said yes. So we figured out.
I believe the question was, after you do your set of 10 reps, do you think you could do 10 more?
Maybe that was what you asked, yeah. And so then I started increasing the weight, and it wasn't until I think initially I hit like 22 pounds. That's when
on each side.
On each side. Yeah. That's when Winnie would ask that question. I said, I get it. Like, that was hard.
And the way to not hurt yourself is listening to your body.
Right.
There's just no way.
He says that a lot.
There's no way that I, as a person, can listen to Sarah's body for her.
He can't tell if I'm lifting more weight than I should be. So I need to learn how to figure that out for myself.
What do you know now versus what you knew before?
I guess I'm getting better at understanding what is, like, at the end of lifting or pull-ups or push-ups or whatever it is. Am I tired or am I in pain? Like, being tired and your arms being in pain because that was tough is different than I pulled a muscle, ripped, or, tore a muscle, and that kind of pain.
Yes.
So I'm getting better at understanding the difference between those two. I would say for lifting weight, it's a little easier because for that, like, my arms are tired initially, but it goes away after a little bit of time. So I think that's, if it doesn't go away, like if that pain doesn't go away, then I start questioning if it's like fitness tired soreness or.
So I guess this kind of relates to, we have a few followers, a person who watches the channel. I hope you're watching. I might have expressed you can just push weight up to a certain, past the limit in which you're actually comfortable with.
Right, you can go from like 10 pounds to 30 pounds overnight.
Yes, that is not the case unless your muscles can actually handle that. Viewers need to listen to their body and figure out which weight is appropriate for them. If you have never curled 50 pounds, in each arm, it's probably not a good idea to try.
If you're not working your way up to it. So with deadlifts, for this compound set, I started with 15 pounds on each side. And that was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Slowly, I have increased
by 2.5 pounds.
Yes.
Each day.
Each time.
Well, not each time.
Sometimes it would be in the same day.
Well, sometimes you wouldn't increase at all.
Yeah.
Period.
So for my reverse lunges, I've stayed at the same weight for, I don't know, maybe 5-6 days now. But even with that, I still was able to increase from where I started on day 1. So I'm doing it in small steps, but I am also trying to be cognizant of the fact that if it's getting easier, then I need to increase the weight. Not by a ton, but just by enough that it still goes to it's tougher mark.
It still goes to the tougher.
Yeah, it gets tougher. So that by the end of my 10th rep, it is more challenging. Does that make sense?
I completely understand. To sum it up, what have you learned from these compound exercises?
That I actually have a max for what I can, hit for not only body weight, but also weight exercises. I've also learned that continuously practicing or working on one area, you will see improvement over time. It might just take longer. My pull-ups are still really, really challenging, and I have not hit the goal that I've wanted to hit yet, but I'm slowly improving. With push-ups, that one, I hit it quicker, and so Nick found a way to make it more challenging. So now it's like I'm back to square one. I'm not able to hit the goal, but in a way I'd already completed it. It's just that we made it more challenging to help me keep growing.
Have you surprised yourself at all during these sets?
Yeah. Pull-ups, not as much. Like, I am improving on that one, but it's still really hard. Push-ups definitely surprised me. I did not think I'd be able to hit my goal as quick as I did. Deadlifts a little bit. I'm happy that I've been able to increase the weight to what I have been able to. And the same with reverse lunges. I didn't think I'd be able to hold as much as I can. And I really should add more weight to that because it's getting easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was the end of that one.
That question.